home right now. What model van is this?
This is a 1995 Chevy Coachman. It's a Chevy G30 model that Coachman built out in the 90s to be an RV. So I didn't have to do much of the work at all. It was all pretty much built out for me. I have been in my home over a year now and on the road almost a year. It'll be a year in August 30th, so
wow.
Looking forward to that. The sink and the stove, this is my kitchen area here. I also have this little pop-up table which I use sometimes for, I don't know, computer work or eating snacks. And it folds down and just snaps back into place like that. This is actually a bed as well, but I have it all made up to be storage, so it's got a lot of my toys and kind of miscellaneous gear up there. And then back here we've got my fridge, which runs off of propane. Actually, it's the original fridge that came in the van. So it has the option to run off electrical, but I find it to be pretty cost efficient to run it off of propane. So my stove is run off propane, my fridge is run off propane, and then I have a furnace that I run off propane as well. Strange thing to have in a van is a bathtub. My van does have a little sitting bathtub. I actually don't ever use it, which is why it's full of clothes. I've got my dirty laundry right here, but you can kind of peek in here and see. There's a shower head and water that you can turn on and off, and there's like a little bench down here underneath all of my stuff. If I ever one day want to open up my doors and take a nice hot bath, I have that option. So all of this stuff in here, like the lights, the furnace, the sink, that is all ran off of a battery that's underneath this bench here. So it's charged by the alternator battery in the front of the van, and it's on like a relay system, so it charges while I drive. But it's only just a tiny little battery under there, so I don't use it for very much. It's literally just for the lights and a couple of fans and the pumps. Everything else I run off of my Yeti 500 Goal Zero, and I have 100-watt solar panels that I run that off of as well.
And that's enough to live full time? Have you ever ran out of battery?
I have gotten close, but I've never ran out of battery. It was kind of, here in Southern California, there was a little bit of time where it gets a little gloomy and I wasn't getting very much sunshine. So that's kind of when I struggled with finding somewhere to charge up the solar and keep my phone and my laptop charged. But other than that, I really haven't had any problems.
Cool, and that Goal Zero Yeti, that charges what?
Charges my phone, my laptop. I make smoothies with it. I charge up like simple things like my speaker, Bluetooth speaker, and that kind of thing. That's pretty much it. I don't have a lot of big electrical things that I power.
And so we see the stove. How much propane do you have stored, and how long does that last you?
So I have 8 gallons of propane, about roughly. That's like my estimate from when I get it filled up every week. It's really old, and I can't see what is written on the propane tank underneath the van. So my estimate is about 8 gallons of propane, and it usually lasts me about 2 to 3 months. And like I was saying, it runs my stove, it runs my fridge, and it runs my heater. So it kind of powers a lot of things in here. Falling food, that's what I have. So I do have a freezer in here where I keep frozen fruit for my smoothies. Lots of veggies and miscellaneous things in my very dirty fridge.
You got a bath in here, you got a sink. Where's your water?
So my water is actually underneath my bed. I have about 25 gallons of fresh water. And I don't actually drink that. I use that for doing dishes, brushing my teeth, flushing the toilet, taking a shower. If I do take a shower, it would be with the outdoor shower that I have.
Oh yeah, that's nice. It works.
Yay!
Works very nice.
I graduated high school and I wanted to get out of there. Like, as beautiful as Alaska is, it's not the like most amazing place in the world to like socialize or do like all kinds of fun stuff with friends and like concerts and all the kinds of stuff that you see people doing like on TV. So I moved to Austin when I graduated high school, and that's where I kind of got introduced to the idea that other people were like out there living in vans. And so that kind of put the idea in my head, and I kind of started running with it, and I was like, okay, I can do this. I'm going to save up for a van, and I'm going to get on the road. You know, wasn't making a whole lot of money, kind of just eager to start living life that wasn't working 9 to 5. I moved back to Alaska, moved back in with my parents so that I could save up for a van. I knew that these kinds of vans were out there and they're kind of like far and few in between, so I like just put it out there on my radar that I wanted a high top Chevy conversion Coachman van, one with like this overhang bed, and I put that out there and I went on the hunt and I eventually found one, and it fell through and I didn't get it, and a couple days later an identical one popped up on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, and I found this one for $7,000, which was within my price range. I could pay cash for it, and so I went ahead and I did. I paid all the money that I had in my bank account, bought this van, and then continued to save up for another year and a half so I could go on the road and not worry about having to stress about finances.
I know. Wow. So, okay, and what advice do you have for anybody that is looking to do van life?
Any advice that I have for people who are looking to do van life is to go ahead and do it. Like, to not worry about building out, the perfect van or, having all the right equipment that you need, because you can really just buy something off of Craigslist, off of Facebook, already built out, and have it work out for you pretty well and just kind of go. But my other piece of advice is, once you do get on the road, once you do start, is to slow down and not take everything so quickly, to just kind of take it all in and move at a pace that you're going to be able to remember things.
Totally. And how do you make money on the road?
So right now, like I was saying, I saved up for about a year and a half before I took off, so I had a comfortable amount of savings before I started driving. But I've been hanging out kind of stationary in Southern California for a little bit, so I got a job working farmers markets, which actually works out really well because I hang out during the week at the beach, and then on the weekends when the beach gets nice and crowded with all of the people who work normal 9-to-5 jobs, I go to the farmers market and get to hang out at the farmers market and sell a healthy dried fruit snack if you ever want to come visit me at the farmers market. And that's really fun too. Farmers markets in California are a really good energy, really good vibe, so that's a fun place to be on the weekends.
Do you actually save money doing van life? Is it more expensive than paying rent in an apartment? Like, what's your reality?
So I think I've saved so much money doing van life. I paid about $7,000 for this van. You factor in like how much you would typically be spending on rent, say like $1,000 a month if you're renting a room or whatever setup that you have. I've already definitely paid that off and more living in the van for over a year.
Yay!
I feel like people don't talk about this as much as using van life as a tool to get ahead in life, which I feel like there's two types of people that do van life. There's people that are just bumming it because they have to, and then there's people that are in a van because they want to, because they want to get ahead.
They want to have those experiences, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Which one are you?
I definitely am in a van because I want to see more things, have more life experiences, and not just bumming it.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I appreciate you doing this tour.
Yeah, thank you.